Hello, everyone. It's been a while since I have posted a podcast. Um, I've been very busy. I have been very busy. And ended up going on vacation. And I'm back from vacation. I went to Oaxaca for Dia de los Muertos, and it was amazing. So much to see. I got food poisoning. Like the first night I was there, it was horrible. Yeah. Um, but my trip was amazing, and I got to make a new friend, and yeah, just like really have a good time. Um, so now I'm just like, you just gotta get back into it. You gotta make some content and keep your fingers crossed and hope for the best that things go well. Um, yeah. So, other reasons why, aside from being busy, I misplaced my camera. I and it's somewhere in my apartment. I literally I have like so many places that I stash my yarn and like places in my house that are just like really wild place to put things. And knowing me, I probably forgot where I put it. So I'm recording this on my phone, and thankfully got a new phone so I can start recording things more regularly, and just kind of like put it out there and hope for the best. Yeah. So let's see. Projects. My current whip. I think you've seen this on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen this project. Um, let's see. I forgot what kind of yarn this is because it's been a while. I have quite literally been so busy that I cannot even find the time to knit. And honestly, that's on me. Um, and when I say that I'm busy, it just means I'm not prioritizing the things that have been making me happy. Um, like knitting or like making this podcast. It's really fun and exciting to make this podcast. Um, yeah, so I just haven't been prioritizing it. Let's just name that. Um, and I should be. I should be prioritizing the things that I love doing, and engaging with all of you in the community, that we all enjoy together. So, yeah, I have put this project on hold, and it's another pair of socks for Jordan. Um, he loved the rye socks that I made him. The pattern is from Tin Can Knits, and so he requested another pair, but this time in fingering weight. So, here is what it looks like close up. It's like a 3 by 1 rib pattern, so knit 3, purl 1. And it's just a really simple sock pattern that I found on Ravelry. I'll probably, because it's been so long since I've like actually picked up this pair of socks or even looked at the pattern, I'm gonna just post below in the description so y'all know exactly what this yarn is, what this pattern is, etc. But I'm finally picking these back up. And I forgot that fingering weight socks for feet larger than mine take forever. So, yeah, it's gonna take me a minute to knit these socks. But I love this yarn. I love working with it. I love the color. It looks kind of yellowish, but it's more of like a light, like a honey brown. It's really nice. It feels great. Jordan picked the yarn himself when we were at Oregon Flock and Fiber out in Canby, Oregon. and it was his first fiber festival. So it was really exciting to take him to that and share that space together, and he can learn about the stuff that I'm into, and now he's really into finding ways in which we can buy a house, have some sheep. Yeah, I'm down to live that dream and make that happen. So yeah, it was good. It was fun to go together and watch the goat show and fluff all the Angora bunnies and squish some sheep, all kinds of cool stuff. So this is my current work in progress. And I'm kind of procrastinating on another. It's a fairly big project. I don't even want to show y'all what this project is yet because I'm still kind of trying to figure it out. And it's a very sentimental project as well. So the other project is a sweater, but I have like two projects that are sweaters. I have one that's like a yellow goldenrod color, because I want to actually make another crop top sweater for myself that's about this color. But this particular sweater that I'm talking about is a sweater that Jordan's grandmother had started knitting, and she never finished it before she passed. And she passed pretty recently, and she was just like master craftswoman, seamstress, knitter, weaver, you name it, she did it. And she's awe-inspiring. And so Jordan's mom had asked me if I would like to finish this sweater. It was literally the last sweater that Grandma Viola had touched, her final project, and it wasn't finished. So I'm intimidated, absolutely intimidated, but I'm gonna try. And so and it's a simple pattern, but I think it's just like, because there's so much sentimental heirloom value for this sweater, that I'm just like daunted, so to speak. And it's not anything special. I mean, she's using heart yarn to knit this sweater. Fairly cheap yarn. It's acrylic. It's not super wild and fancy, so I don't have to worry about like a particular yarn and all of that. It's literally just like it's a very special project, and I want to do it with care, and I want to do it with intention. So wish me luck because I'm very scared to like continue knitting it. I want to make sure I get the measurements right. I want to make sure that it gets blocked perfectly, even though it's acrylic and it's heart yarn. I still want to make sure I block it really nicely. Yeah, and I just, it also just makes me emotional when I knit it. So I like get like maybe like a couple inches in and I'm just like, Grandma Viola. Yeah, so I just, typical Pisces, very emotional about some stuff like that. But yeah, that's another work in progress. So I'll keep y'all updated on that project. Other things. Yeah, let's talk about the Oaxaca trip. I took that trip just to experience grief, celebrated in a different culture. And it's a culture that's not it's my culture, essentially. I mean, I'm half black and I'm half Mexican. And my family, did a lot of like Western ways of celebrating holidays. And, aside from like food, and celebrating Christmas like on New Year's Eve. Um, yeah, it was just like another way of connecting with my lineage because Dia de los Muertos is celebrated all across Mexico, but in different ways. And some places don't even celebrate it at all. But I just felt a particular draw to go to Oaxaca after my new friend Jamila Reddy posted on their Instagram that they were looking for travel buddies. And so I answered the call and, you know, worked my butt off, got my time off request in for work, bought my plane tickets, gathered the funds that I needed, and made the trip happen in 3 weeks, which is like, I've never done something like that before. And it was amazing. Experiencing the celebrations in San Agustin Etla was, which is a small town 30 minutes outside of Oaxaca City. And that was just wild. I mean, like, I've never seen, wow. I mean, people, and it's like not like your typical Dia de los Muertos that you would see on the internet. Like, it's very indigenous, very, very specific. I mean, there are people who are dressed in sugar skull makeup and things like that, but they more so in San Agustin Etla celebrate Dia de los Muertos in a way where they make light of death. And that means dressing up like gory devils. And they do this chant before the parade proceeds throughout the town. And then they perform a skit that is in the theme of making light of death. And then they just party and celebrate the dead and until like 11 o'clock in the morning, setting off fireworks, drinking mezcal in the streets, passing out in the streets, drinking coffee to stay up all night, all of that. And then, of course, there's, you know, the day after that, everybody goes to the grave sites, and of course they like decorate the graves with marigolds and things that their past family members held dear, and with candles and, you know, the whole thing. And then they spend the day at the cemetery with their dead loved ones, and it's very amazing and very sweet. Party and reverence all in one. But it was amazing. And then, of course, after that, me and Jamila headed to Puerto Escondido and hung out on the beach and had coconut drinks and mango drinks and ate delicious food and got served on the beach and laid in the sun, and it was amazing. And Jamila is actually really amazing. Just spending time with them and like talking about life and being, you know, making life plans that are very intentional to living our lives authentically is just like, it's so important, especially as Black people, especially as folks of color. It's really important that we make time to discuss how we can lead our lives the best way we possibly can, even if we're busy, even if it's hard. So, with that being said, I'm going to be really intentional about the way that I'm curating my Instagram feed now. And I'm going to be really intentional about what these videos are. I want to talk about knitting, I want to talk about music, but I also just want to talk about mental health and, you know, how life is just really wild and you can live the life you want if you want it bad enough. And I really feel that, like, I wanted to go to Oaxaca bad enough and I made that shit happen. And so being able to like have the power to manifest what I want, and the things that I need too, is just life changing, so to speak. So yeah, that's really what I'm excited about moving forward, especially moving into the new year. There are so many things to look forward to, so many people to meet, so many things to share with everybody, and I want to be able to do it authentically and in line with my values. So that's my wholehearted spiel about how I want things to go on this channel from here on out. So stick with me through the positivity. We can make it. I know the world is kind of on fire right now, but you know, we got this shit. We can make things happen. We can create the good that we want to see in the world. As corny as that sounds, it's 100% true. Yeah. Yes. I'm looking forward to curating more amazing content. And please let me know what y'all want to hear about. Here, us, you know, knitting, other things like honestly, health, wellness, whatever. I mean, I'll make a video on self-care and how I self-care. And pop off on that. I don't know. This is so free flowing and so open that like being niche is really hard for me. And I want to share it all. I want to do it all. And so I'm going to. Yes. I want to thank everybody who has subscribed. Thank you for sticking with me through the short gaps and the long gaps of me posting on this website and this channel. Continue to give me feedback. I love to hear from all of you. And of course, like and subscribe. Duh. Especially if you want to look at my face and hear me talk about cool things. Thank you. Have a great day.